Hello guys and welcome back to Aquatic Life and Theme Parks, and today's video I'm going to be continue talking about Alton Towers Scarefest 2025, and in today's video I am going to be talking about the full lineup for Scarefest 2025, everything from maze prices to VIP experience to so much more. So let's start off with the maze prices themselves. Now all the mazes at Scarefest 2025 are all having to be paid for, from the thrill mazes to the family mazes, and the only mazes that you don't have to pay for are the two scare zones, which are Dark Hollow and Burial Grounds, which are free flowing scare zones. But the three thrill mazes and the two family mazes you do have to pay for. So let's start off by talking about the family maze prices, and then we'll be moving on to the thrill mazes. Trick or Treat Town has returned for its 5th year at Scarefest, and it is priced at £10 per person, and if you're a pass holder, £8. So now we're going to be talking about Amigos in the Afterlife, which is the second family maze at Scarefest. Amigos in the Afterlife is returning for its 2nd year at Scarefest, and we all knew from the beginning of the season that it would be. The reason why this is because they never took down the skull on the front of the original building for Alton Towers Dungeon. But this family attraction is priced at £10 per person, and if you are a pass holder, £8. Now I do think the family mazes are quite overpriced, but there are two ways to this. Yes, they could be lowered to about £5, but on the other hand, at the end of the day, paying £10 to get into a family maze, especially Trick or Treat Town for instance, giving out free sweets is sort of the right price. As long as you're getting a good amount of sweets in that bag that you enter with, and the good amount that you could pay £10 at a supermarket for, then I do see why Alton Towers has priced it at £10. But if you're not getting a good quality of sweets, then there is really no point being priced at £10 and maybe bringing it down to £5, as I said. So now I am going to be talking about the prices for the thrill mazes. Now returning for its 10th year at Scarefest, Altonville Mine Tours has been there for ages at the park, and this year it is priced at £16 per person, and if you're a pass holder, £11.20. Now I really do hope that this is its final year in Scarefest and in the actual towers. It is the last maze in the towers themselves. It's in the located in the basement of the towers, and what I've seen and what I've heard, it's a really good themed maze. It's just been there for ages, and I do really think that Alton Towers wants to kind of move away from scare mazes in the towers and any sort of scare attractions, and using the towers for Scarefest. So to see this go next year for Scarefest, I wouldn't be surprised. So now let's move on to Compound. Compound is returning for its 2nd year at Scarefest, and it was the brand new addition for 2024 last year. Now obviously it is located between Forbidden Valley and Gloomy Wood, and it is priced at this year £14 per person, and for pass holders £11.20. And there is one more extra thing that I'll be getting onto a little bit later that you do have to pay for a little bit extra, or a lot more, but it probably will be worth it if you do enjoy behind the scenes looks, and if you do enjoy Compound, the scare maze itself. So let's move on to the brand new scare maze, Edge of the Forest. So Edge of the Forest is the brand new scare maze at Scarefest this year, and it is priced at £16 per person, and if you are a pass holder, £12.80 for pass holders, of course. Now I do think this is a reasonable price. I think they've done this with Amigos in the Afterlife and especially Compound last year. Anything that is new for Scarefest, they obviously want to ramp up the prices because it's new. They want to pay more and they want to see how it goes down, and then they will probably lower the prices next year for it, unless obviously the prices raise altogether. But if Edge of the Forest does go down well this year and it is good quality a scare maze, then obviously they will lower the prices next year, probably to the same for Compound and Altonville Mine Tours this year. So now I'm just going to be giving you my thoughts on the prices, and then I'll be talking about VIP experiences. Now the prices for the thrill mazes, they are quite high this year, but I do see why they have put them quite high. At the end of the day, you're getting a good quality scare maze, you're getting a good quality few scares, and what I've heard, a good theming and atmosphere. But it'd be a bit different if they were pricing the mazes at £14, £16 per person for very downgraded mazes, not very good theming, not very good atmosphere, and not obviously any good quality of scares. Obviously, it was a bit like the Invitation a few years ago. It was just a sound experience, but there was no real theming, there was no atmosphere, there was no storytelling. But with Compound and hopefully Edge of the Forest, you're going to be getting told stories, you're going to be getting some good scares out of it. And I do think that the atmosphere for Edge of the Forest and obviously Compound are going to be excellent. So obviously it is a 50-50 whether they should be charging these prices. I think it's alright to charge £14 per person and £16 per person. Obviously with the new maze, they want to see how it goes, and then they'll obviously bring it down to the Compound's prices. And if Altonville's Mine Tours is still there next year, then they'll obviously bring it down to that price. But Compound is a really good scare maze from last year. It obviously came back for a reason. It was a fan favourite last year at Scarefest 2024 on what I've seen on YouTube and social media. So it is acceptable that they are putting these prices up a little bit. It obviously, as I said, it would be unacceptable for Alton Towers to put the prices up to £14 and you going through a very, very downgraded scare maze or a scare zone with no theming, no atmosphere, and obviously no, quality scares that are really, really good and really going to make you scared. So it's a bit of a 50-50, but at the end of the day, I do think that the prices are right. So now I am going to be talking about VIP experiences for Scarefest 2025. So there are two brand new VIP experiences for 2025 and for Scarefest only. The first one is an Alton Towers Ghost Tour. You go into the towers themselves where people rarely go and get told the supposedly spirits that walk the tower's grounds. Now obviously you do use a bunch of different ghost tools, and this, as I said, this experience is 90 minutes long. You do use a bunch of different ghost tools, and you must be 12 or over to participate in this experience. And the cost for that is £50 per person, and if you are a pass holder you do get a 10% discount, and that is £40 per person. So now I'm going to be talking about the second VIP experience. So the second VIP experience for Alton Towers Scarefest 2025 is a behind the scene look at Compound. Now you do have to be 12 or over to participate in this event, and it is cost at £60 per person, or if you are a pass holder, £48. Now I do think that this is really good for people who want to see behind the scenes on how it all came alive and what the maze is today. You get a look at the set design, the special effects, and I do think it is really good that Alton Towers are offering these VIP experiences, not only for behind the scenes of Compound, but also the ghost tours. And I think in the future they could be bringing in, more VIP experiences for next year, maybe a VIP experience for Edge of the Forest if that returns. Or if Altonville Mine Tours returns, maybe a VIP experience behind that. And Alton Towers are giving people opportunities. Say if you don't want to do the scare attractions, you can do a ghost tour in the towers. If you don't want to do the ghost tour, you could do a behind the scenes look at Compound. Maybe if you didn't want to go in it when the lights are off and it's all sort of dark and atmospheric and scary, you could do a behind the scenes look at Compound with the lights off, with no scares or anything. So I do think that Alton Towers bringing back VIP experiences is really, really good, and it gives people opportunity. It also advertises the event as well and adds just a little bit more charm to the event as well. So my final thing I'm going to be talking about in today's video is entertainment, and just going to be letting you know what is going on with that. And then I'll be giving you my review on the Scarefest itself and what I think the full lineup for Scarefest is about. So let's move on to entertainment. So I just thought I'd touch on entertainment a bit now quickly just before we get to the end of this video. So Merlin Entertainments has brought in a company called RWS Global, which has worked with the likes of Disney, Europa Park, Hershey's Park to bring entertainment to the theme parks and other attractions in the world. Merlin Entertainments has brought in RWS Global to bring back entertainment to all the Merlin parks across the UK. We had two brand new shows in the summer for Chessington, a brand new show at Legoland. They were probably all ran by RWS Global. Now, at Scarefest this year, they are anticipating that they're going to bring out the mini stage that we saw for Christmas last year and the Pirates Takeover this year and put it into the Mutiny Bay courtyard for obviously just the children's characters to be on. Alton Towers haven't stated that they are bringing out the Sin Bin show again that they brought out the last year and the year before. And on social media, what I saw of that was really, really good. But it looks like they are just going to be bringing out the children's entertainment. Now, I do think this is quite bad. It's good that we have entertainment back and a source of entertainment in the park. But obviously, it's not only kids going to that event, it's other you know, older groups and that want to, if they want to see entertainment, they don't want to be seeing kids shows. They want to be seeing, you know, live action vocalists maybe, singers, dancers, you know. They need to make sure that there's a variety for everyone instead of just the kids. I get it, there's nothing really to do for the kids at Scarefest, so obviously they bring out those characters. But obviously it's not only kids going to that event, there are, you know, older generations going to that event who want to sit down and maybe just watch, you know, Sin Bin again. You know, they could have brought out a brand new show, or could have just brought back Sin Bin again, and that would have been really good. But I just thought I'd touch on entertainment just to keep you updated with that. So obviously, if there is any entertainment over all the Merlin parks over Halloween, Christmas, and going ahead, fireworks, which it is fireworks at Alton Towers, that is who's going to be running the entertainment, hopefully for the next few years, RWS Global. So now I am going to be talking about what I think Scarefest is looking like this year. So I do think Alton Towers knows what they want to do with Scarefest this year, and I do think it's looking like that this is probably going to be the best Scarefest we've seen in a number of years. Obviously last year was quite better, but this year I think Alton Towers really wants to hit the ground running and make sure that their event is up to date and up to standards that people want to see. One brand new scare maze is really, really good. One brand new scare zone is really, really good. Bringing back VIP experiences is really, really good, and entertainment, of course, as well. Maybe a bit more variety of entertainment instead of just children's characters and shows. Maybe Sin Bin could come back. Obviously, they haven't stated that yet. Sin Bin might make a surprising return to the park before October begins. Obviously, there's going to be more nights than ever. There's going to be later openings. All the nights at Scarefest this year are open from 10 o'clock till 9 o'clock. So obviously a lot of rides in the dark as well. And as I said, I do think Alton Towers wants to really make Scarefest a better event for the foreseeable future. Not only that, but they do really want to hit the ground running with these brand new scare mazes and attractions, VIP experiences, and overall I think Scarefest 2025 is going to be the best one we've seen for quite a number of years. So stay tuned, as we've got obviously Fish Fact Files, as I said. Go and check out Babylon Park from a few days ago. D23 is starting up, so I'll be getting a video about all the news that comes out at D23 about the Disney theme parks in the next few weeks. So make sure you look out for all of that. Stay aquatic everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.